Do you know what's funny? People think control is safety. They chain themselves to routine, to rules, to masks that hide the truth. But deep inside, every single one of them is trembling. Fear eats them alive, and they pretend it doesn't exist. Pathetic. Fear isn't the enemy. Fear is the orchestra. It conducts every choice, every breath, every step. And the ones who deny it are its favorite puppets. You want to know the real trick? Pain, not the surface cuts and bruises. No. I'm talking about the kind that burns behind your ribs when the world spits in your face. That pain is a forge. It melts you down, strips away the softness, and leaves steel in its place. But people run from it, hide from it, like cowards clutching shadows. I learned to laugh with it, to dance in the fire while they begged for mercy. That's why I stand. That's why they fall. Look around you. Everyone is asleep, hypnotized by their tiny screens, their shallow dreams, their empty smiles. They wear happiness like cheap makeup, but underneath, it's all cracks. They're dying to escape themselves. And me, I never wanted escape. I wanted transformation. That's the difference between the weak and the dangerous. One hides their scars. The other makes those scars a signature. The secret no one wants to admit? Strength is never born from comfort. Comfort is a coffin lined with pillows. They'll bury you in softness before you even notice you're dead inside. But pain is the sculptor. Fear is the fire. Rage is the hammer. And when you stop resisting, when you let it carve, burn, and break you apart, you don't come out weaker. You come out monstrous. You come out untouchable. You see, the joke isn't on me. It never was. The joke is on them. The ones who thought silence meant surrender. The ones who thought breaking me meant ending me. No. They only fed the beast. They only sharpened the knife. And now I'm the punchline they'll never laugh at again. So ask yourself, are you ready to let the mask rot off your face? Are you ready to bleed out the lies they stuffed in your veins? Because the moment you embrace the dark psychology of your own mind, that's the moment you stop being prey. That's the moment you start. They whisper about control like it's some holy grail, some shining prize that only the perfect deserve. Control? Control is nothing but a leash. They hand it to you, wrapped in silk, tell you it's freedom, and you wear it proudly around your throat. The truth? They're not afraid of your madness. They're afraid of your awakening. Because once you taste real power, you'll never sit quietly at their little tables again. You'll flip the table, burn the room, walk out laughing while they choke on the smoke. Fear, that word they use to tame you. But here's the punchline. Fear isn't meant to cage you. It's meant to electrify you. You feel your pulse spike, your hands shake, your vision sharpen. That's not weakness. That's energy. And while they tremble, you devour it. You weaponize it. You become the storm instead of running from the rain. The difference between prey and predator is simple. One begs for the storm to pass, the other learns to ride the lightning. And pain, oh sweet pain. Everyone curses it, hides from it, medicates it, suffocates it. Not me. Pain is the teacher that doesn't lie. It doesn't sugarcoat. It doesn't play fair. It shows you exactly where you're soft, exactly where you're fragile, then dares you to harden. And the ones who endure it, who breathe through the fire, who smile through the blood, those are the ones who become untouchable. That's how monsters are born. not through cruelty, through endurance, through evolution. Do you know why people fear silence? Because in silence they hear the voices they buried, regrets, rage, dreams they strangled before they ever took their first breath. Silence doesn't break you, it reveals you. And when you can stand in silence without flinching, when you can hold that weight without shattering, then you hold a weapon no one else can touch. Power isn't in the scream, it's in the pause. It's in the eyes that don't blink while the whole world waits. They call me twisted, they call me broken, they call me mad, but that's because I refuse to kneel. I refuse to pretend. And when you stop pretending, when you let go of their lies, the laughter isn't insanity. It's freedom. It's the sound of chains snapping, of cages breaking, of prey turning into predator. They'll never understand it. They don't have to. This isn't for them. It's for you, the one who's done waiting, the one who's ready to bleed for something real, the one who's ready to smile in the dark. Rage. That's the word they fear most. They tell you to control it, bury it, numb it. Why? 'Cause rage is a weapon. Raw, explosive, untamed. And if you ever learned to wield it instead of wasting it, you'd be unstoppable. That's why they drug you with calmness. That's why they chain you to patience. They're terrified of what happens when the fire inside your chest stops burning you and starts burning them. That's why they drug you with calmness. They're burning them. See, anger isn't madness. It's clarity. When rage takes hold, the lies peel away. Every fake smile, every false friend, every empty promise. You see them for what they are. Glass. Fragile. Breakable. And in that moment, your hands stop trembling. Your eyes stop blinking, your voice sharpens into a blade. You don't beg, you don't ask, you take, you cut, you claim. That's the truth they've hidden from you. That's the truth they fear you'll discover. But let me tell you something they'll never admit. Rage isn't endless. It burns fast, burns hot, burns everything. If you unleash it without control, it destroys you too. The secret isn't to cage it. The secret is to shape it. Like a sword in the fire, you bend it, hammer it, sharpen it, until it becomes precise, until it becomes lethal, until you can strike once and watch the whole room fall silent. People laugh at fury until they taste it. They mock your outbursts until they see the shift in your eyes. The silence before the storm, the grin before the strike. That's when they realize you weren't just angry, you were calculating, you were waiting. And now you're not just fire, you're the inferno. You're the ending they didn't prepare for. Ha, ha. Rage isn't a curse. It's the purest form of truth your body has ever given you. The question is, will you keep wasting it on broken arguments, on cheap battles, on meaningless fights? Or will you learn to weaponize it? Will you sharpen it until it cuts chains instead of wrists, cages instead of skin? Because when rage stops destroying you, it becomes the very thing that sets you free. Fear, the sweetest poison, the sharpest blade. Everyone runs from it like rats scattering from fire. But here's the joke. Fear is the strongest currency in the world. It buys obedience. It buys loyalty. It buys silence. And while the crowd trembles under its weight, the predator smiles. Because the one who controls fear doesn't just survive, he rules. They told you fear means weakness, that shaking hands, pounding hearts, sweating skin, it's failure. No, it's ignition. That's your body saying, wake up. That's your blood screaming, become alive. Fear isn't a chain, it's an alarm clock. And when you stop panicking, when you stop running, when you let that fear sharpen your vision, suddenly the battlefield is clear. Every move, every enemy, every opportunity, all glowing in front of you. But here's the part they'll never tell you. Fear is contagious. Watch a crowd. Watch how fast terror spreads. One scream and the whole room cracks. That's the weakness of the masses. They are mirrors, reflecting panic back and forth until they break. You can't be the mirror. You must be the flame, the one who feeds on their trembling, the one who watches the storm and laughs. Because while they drown in waves, you're already surfing the thunder. Fear is the leash they tried to strangle you with, but if you grab it, twist it, and pull hard enough, suddenly, you're the one holding the leash. You drag it behind you. You drag it behind you. You parade it in front of them. You turn it into your pet. And when they see you walk with fear at your side, not caged but conquered, they'll understand. They'll never admit it, but they'll understand. You are the danger now. So the question is, will you keep letting fear chase you through alleys, lock you in cages, choke you in silence? Or will you do what I did? Swallow it whole, grin through the burn and let it fuel you. Because once you stop running from fear, you become the very thing they fear. And nothing on this earth can stop that. Silence. That's the blade no one sees coming. Everyone underestimates it. They think silence means weakness, surrender, defeat. But silence is a stage, a trap, a storm hiding in plain sight. The loud ones, they spill their strategies, their fears, their cracks without even knowing it. But the silent one makes the whole room itch. Because silence is not emptiness, it's pressure. It suffocates. It strangles. It bends the atmosphere until they can't breathe. When you master silence, you master presence. You don't beg for attention, you take it. The pause before you speak is louder than their shouting. The stillness in your eyes shakes their confidence more than 1,000 threats. They expect noise, they expect chaos, but when you give them silence, they project their nightmares onto you. Their guilt, their insecurity, their fear. And you just watch, you just smile. You let them crumble under their own imagination. That's the beauty of silence. It's a mirror. The weak fill it with excuses, the guilty with panic, the powerful with patience. And while they choke on their own words, you control the tempo. The game is yours. The silence bends them, breaks them, and then, when you finally decide to speak, every word lands like a bullet. Every pause cuts deeper than a scream. Think about it. Silence is the art of self-control. Anyone can yell, anyone can lash out, anyone can bark like a dog, but to stay quiet, to hold the fire in your chest and let it cook instead of explode, that's dominance. That's mastery. And when the time comes to unleash it, the silence beforehand is what makes it deadly. So stop wasting your energy on noise. Stop proving, stop explaining, stop begging. Let silence become your shield, your sword, your throne. Because when the world expects you to break and you answer only with a stare, a grin, a pause, that's when they realize they're not fighting you anymore. They're fighting themselves, and trust me, they'll lose. Rebellion, that's the word they hate. That's the word that makes their veins twitch. Because rebellion is the moment you stop playing their game. The moment you snap the leash, spit out the lies, and laugh in their faces. They built this world like a cage, not with bars of steel, but with comfort, with rules, with approval, with little carrots dangling in front of your nose, and you swallowed it. You chased it until you forgot you had teeth. But rebellion isn't about chaos for chaos' sake. No, no, no. That's the mistake they want you to make. They want you reckless, aimless, burning yourself out. Real rebellion, it's precise, it's surgical. It's refusing to obey where it matters most. It's saying no when they demand a yes. It's walking left when the herd rushes right. That's when they panic. That's when the mask slips. That's when you see how fragile their control really is. They feed you systems, cages, rules. Work this way, think this way, smile this way, and you obey, thinking it's safety. But safety is a prison. Predictability is slavery. They built this stage to keep you dancing like a puppet. And every time you hesitate, every time you doubt yourself, you tighten the strings around your own throat. That's not living. That's bleeding slowly while they clap. Rebellion is the moment you grab the scissors, cut, free. And when you do, when you move without asking, when you laugh without permission, when you choose without fear, they lose control. Because control only works if you agree to play. Once you stop agreeing, the whole system collapses, like a house of cards trembling in your hands. So don't mistake obedience for strength. Don't mistake compliance for intelligence. The wolves aren't clever because they follow rules. The wolves are clever because they bend them. Break them, redefine them. That's rebellion. That's evolution. That's the crack in the system that becomes the flood. And when it floods, they'll drown in their own lies. And you